Hello guys, welcome to the latest video from KTV and welcome to the third and final part of my 2017 year in review. I don't know what happened in my head there, but let's not worry about that. So we've been through two parts already, between January and May and June to September. Some really interesting highlights, some really good trips, some fantastic moments with friends. I loved every second. So now we're going to get into the third part, which will be between October and December. This will probably be the shortest bit because it's only 3 months worth of 3 months worth of going mad here, of highlights and moments that I'm going to talk to you about, and trips of course, and obviously telling you about how they've done since. So we go straight into it. I'd like to thank you everyone, sorry, for watching part 1 and 2. I really enjoyed filming them, I really enjoyed talking about the highlights, but now it's time to conclude. This video will feature something at the end, but please watch till the end before you look at it. I would highly request that. So let's move on. The first trip was the 7th of October. I went to Penzance, Bristol Temple Meads and Filton Abbey Wood. Now, Penzance I hadn't filmed for quite a while before I actually went here. Temple Meads I had. Temple Meads the last time I did it before this was May, which I've spoken to you guys about the early morning session. And then Filton Abbey Wood, I don't think I had filmed since. I was going to film it in July, but then obviously the thing with Pilning went a bit mad because of the cancelled train, so I ended up rescheduling it for October and did Penzance and Temple Meads with it. Temple Meads needed to be redone at that time because turbos had just started, so I wanted to film some. We saw an IET on test, I remember that, which was all good. So anyway, we're going to start with Penzance. Penzance had some great views. Penzance had some very interesting attraction. Some started at Bristol Temple Meads even though they were intending to go on to Worcester. They ended up going to Bristol and then coming back anyway. 152.66 did that, and it was kind of strange. But yeah, you know, things are strange like that. I saw some good passing high-speed trains, and a 159 pulled in as well. So it was a very, very interesting time to film. I really, really enjoyed it. The highlight for Penzance, well, the highlight actually for the trip is the IET on test at Bristol Temple Meads, because it was probably the first time it would feature on a Trains That video, but I'll get to that in a minute. Bristol Temple Meads was a really good station. For a change at Bristol, I ranged around lots of different platforms and went and filmed on various different platforms because Bristol Temple Meads is so big. I filmed lots of different platforms, getting some different perspectives on it. So yeah, it looks really good though. Filmed some cross-country services, filmed a HST by cross-country, filmed, I think, 2 HSTs actually, some voyages, unfortunately, 150s, 158s, there wasn't too much happening because everything was going to Bristol Parkway because of engineering works towards the 7 tunnel area, so yeah. And Filton could have been a lot better, was a bit repetitive after a short time. Things were a bit predictable, things were enjoyable though, there was a lot of work going on, there still is, and if you guys saw my Filton Abbey Wood journey video, what am I on about? Filton Abbey Wood singular clip, and yeah, there was a lot of work going on, and it's still going on now at the moment. Well, from when I was last there, it's still going on from what I know, unless someone says otherwise. So yeah, the highlight from Bristol Temple Meads, this is from Bristol Temple Meads, that features an IET for the first ever time, so here it is. And off goes 800-013. So there goes 800-013 heading to Gifford. Okay, so before I carry on, when I say an IET for the first time, I mean a GWR one, because I haven't seen a GWR one yet. No, I did see it at Temple Meads early morning actually. Yeah, Ignore me. Well, it's the first time I filmed it in daylight, let's just say that. Because the last two of them I filmed were like early in the morning. So, Cambridge had 782 views and 31 likes. Bristol Templemead's got 1,809 views and 44 likes, and Filton 795 views and 26 likes. But Cambridge and Filton didn't do too great, but Bristol did quite well. The next trip was on the 14th of October. This was London, Euston, South Kenton and Watford Junction with Trainspot East. It was a lovely day out. There was only me and Trainspot East really throughout the whole day. Oliver Michael Blake, or Oliver's Rail Photography now, joined us at Watford, but that was about it. Euston was okay. Euston was very awkward for vantage points. It saw some great traction. We saw two new livery Pendolinos, yeah, and I saw one close up. I saw a couple of Super Voyagers, saw some 378s for London Overground and some 350s, so it was a decent station. For views it's not great. You have to go all the way down to near platform 18, platform 17 and 16 I think it is. It's not great. It's not the greatest of views, but it is the most decent. You get great photo shots from there. It isn't great for views, and it isn't too ideal for traction variety either, but it wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it, but it was the least favourite of the stations I did. South Kenton is of course an amazing station. I've spoken about South Kenton already. This time round was no different. I'd revisited it after doing it in February whilst I was actually in London staying. South Kenton I did it this time on a journey from Plymouth, and it was a very enjoyable station. It is one of the only it's the only London Underground managed station I've filmed at, because it's actually got any stuff that's not London Underground based there. Because it's got London Overground, Virgin Trains, it was London Midland at the time, Freight, and of course Southern appeared as well. And Watford Junction was the best station out of the lot. It was an amazing station. It had some great views, great variety. We saw the trains on St Albans Abbey branch, which were operated by a 319, which was quite interesting. I like that. I rarely ever see 319s anymore, but when I did see a London Midland one at the time, it was very interesting because I don't think I've ever filmed one. So it was really cool. I might have filmed one at Milton Keynes, but I can't really remember. It was something did go past at Milton Keynes. I'm sure it did on an ECS, but I can't remember. So the highlight was a tricky one. Euston had some highlights, South Kenton had some highlights, Watford had some highlights, but narrowing it down to one was pretty tricky. Excuse me. So what I'm going to choose is South Kenton. This featured on a compilation, and at South Kenton there was a Southern service that went past on the slow line, and as soon as it went past, the Super Voyager came thundering right past. It pretty much raced the Southern service. So that's the highlight. So here it is. That's 377-701, and also a Voyager. It's 221117 to Birmingham New Street. There's another bakery. Oh, you see I've got a bottle of Coke in my hand, just so I don't get too thirsty when I'm talking. So, London Euston got 2,207 views and 58 likes. South Kenton got 1,104 views and 40 likes. And Watford Junction beat both of them and got 2,708 views but 53 likes. So again, it's a case of Euston having more likes, but Watford having more views. So there you go. Okay, so it was a brilliant trip. I loved it, and thank you to Kevin from Trainspot East for coming along for the whole day. It was lovely. Hope you're enjoying your holiday, by the way, Kevin. I saw your picture, it looks lovely. Okay, next trip was on the 21st of October. This was Farnborough Main, Weybridge and Surbiton. Now this trip was interesting. I really liked Weybridge. Too many reallys in that, but it was really good. It was a rare appearance of some 458s. I don't see them often. It was really nice to see them. Farnborough Main was okay, but Farnborough Main had some problems because there was some disruption, I believe. So lots of trains were getting delayed and cancelled. I think there's just some disruption over at Woking. I'm not too sure. I can't remember very well. So Farnborough was okay. Weybridge was brilliant. Surbiton was lovely as well. But pinpointing a highlight was pretty tricky. Because I don't know, it was tricky. Pinpointing a highlight was tricky for this trip. But the rare appearance of a 458 for me was really interesting. I really enjoyed seeing it. So the highlight will be a 458 departing Weybridge. So here it is. Right, departing now is the final train in this video. It's going to be the 1403 South Western Railway service to London Waterloo, starting here. And as that one leaves, that's going to be the last video. So, Farnborough Main got 754 views and 25 likes. Weybridge got 906 views and 32 likes. And Surbiton 810 views and 24 likes. This trip also made me get really interested in 455s. They're lovely trains when they're not in Southern livery. Actually, no, they're lovely when they are in Southern livery. Sorry, Michael. Some 455s are lit. Oh dear, I love doing that because you know you're watching and you get triggered. Right, sorry, but they are lit. The South Western Railway ones are lovely. We did see one with a logo on it, with the South Western Railway logo. I rode on one back to Woking as well. It was really nice. We also saw some Hampton Court trains at Surbiton, which was quite interesting because I don't usually get to film those trains. So yeah. The next trip was on the 28th of October. Now this trip was meant to be Spalding and Lincoln Central, and then it got changed from what I heard to Meveringham and Lincoln Central. When I say from what I've heard, it means I didn't end up going to it. Basically, the story was that I ordered a taxi for 1 AM, for midnight, and I fell asleep. Simple as that. It happens when you're really tired, and then I got up and I realised it was almost 6 AM. No, it was about coming up to 6:30, I think. And I realised I was well off and I should have been in Bristol by the time I woke up. I should have been in Bristol. So unfortunately I wasn't. But Tornado 922 came down to the southwest, so I decided to join him for the day. So I did Plymouth, Dawlish and Exeter St David, so I did a local trip. Obviously some great stations. I don't need to say how good they are. Well, I want to say how good Dawlish is because I haven't done it in 2017 before this. Dawlish is a magnificent station. It has some lovely views. It's right next to the sea. You get to walk along the seawall, which we did. Plymouth obviously is good. Exeter St David's is good. Excuse me, but Dawlish is lovely. 151.20 unfortunately showed up. Grr. But at Exeter St David's it was great, and at Plymouth it was great. This trip was very hard to pinpoint a highlight. But Dawlish had to be the one with the highlight. It was a tough one, really. But oh god, I can't even pinpoint it actually. It's really hard. This one's a tough one. I want to give it to... what happened? Yeah, okay. I will give it to Exeter St David's because it wasn't so much a train highlight, but we had a really big laugh at the end near the end of my Exeter video. So I'm going to put that as the highlight because it was brilliant. It will make you guys laugh. It was really funny. So here it is. Wondering, right? I want to tell you a story. Tornado 922 there. His train is scheduled to have left at 18:23, and he's still here. And that train left at 18:27. It's still here.
Left.
I wonder what happened to it, Jared.
Just left 40 late.
Praise the Lord!
Yeah, there you go. Max just said it. His train is 40 minutes late leaving Totnes due to a train fault. You gotta love it, Jared, haven't you? You gotta love it.
Oh yeah, I'm full of life and vitality, mate.
Yes.
Just that happiness.
Just full of happiness and grandeur.
Right, so, yeah, you can see I've turned my light on now. I took a little bit of a, just a drink break and stuff just to get ready. So, now we move on to November. It was a really interesting November. If I didn't already say, by the way, about October, if you bear with me. Yep. Plymouth got 749 views and 23 likes. Dawlish got 1,127 views and 31 likes. And St David's 1,512 views and 37 likes. Exeter St David's, that is. Okay, so we now move on to November. There's quite a few interesting trips in November, so it's probably one of the most eventful months of 2017. I really enjoyed it. So, November's first trip was Patchway, Seven Tunnel Junction, Newport and Cardiff Central. 3 of those stations with diverts. The 4th one was just because it's Cardiff Central. Cross-country diverts happened. Cross-country services were calling at Patchway. They were passing Seven Tunnel Junction and they were calling at Newport. Patchway is basically Bristol Patchway, as we ended up calling it. The day out was really good. It was really fun. There was a lot of people that went along. It was an interesting day. The best station out of all 4 of them was probably... That's a tough one, but I would say Seven Tunnel Junction because it had some great passes. Cardiff was brilliant, Newport was brilliant, and Patchway was nice as well. I enjoyed Patchway a lot. Patchway got 888 views and 32 likes. Seven Tunnel Junction, 1,026 views and 37 likes. Newport, 1,353 views and 38 likes. Cardiff Central, 1,293 views and 41 likes. So, the highlight for me had to be the cross-country HST departing Patchway. That was a really nice sight. I really enjoyed seeing that, especially calling it Patchway as well. I enjoyed everything I saw really, but the cross-country HST stood out really well. So, yeah, here it is. So it's 43,301 and 43,321. Right, we move on now to November the 11th. This was Remembrance Day and it was a very interesting day. 4th of November was the other trip, by the way. This was Brighton and Lewes, this one. Brighton was a magnificent station with brilliant architecture, brilliant variety of electric traction. It was all electric. Great Western Railway actually got cancelled, so we were going to probably see it in Brighton, but we didn't see it, got cancelled. Brighton got 1,647 views and 45 likes. Lewes was a lovely station. It's only got Southern. There was no 171 throughout the whole day due to them only going to Hastings from Ashford, which was kind of a shame. There was some event going on or something. And Lewes got 858 views and 43 likes, but Lewes was a lovely little station. I enjoyed it. It's a junction station. It reminds me a lot of St Denis, the way it's sort of laid out. It's lovely. Brighton is magnificent as well. The highlight it was a tricky one, because I sort of did see quite a bit. I would probably, yeah, I don't think I know. I'm going to give it to something at Brighton, right? We didn't see anything... Oh, yes, we did, actually. Ignore me. It would be the MPV departing Brighton. That was something I have not really had time to film. I've not really filmed an MPV before. And the drivers were lovely as well. They were really nice. And they took a picture of us as well. So, yeah. here it is, the MPV at Brighton, departing.
And the MPV's off out clearly. See ya! There goes the Network Rail MPV. What a brilliant two-tone from the MPV, and the drivers are really nice. So thank you very much to them, and a very cheery attitude.
Okay, so we move on now to the next Diverge trip, Chippenham, Swindon, Campbell and Stroud. Now, bear with me as I just load it up. Yep, there we go, right. That was another cross-country Diverge plus Great Western Railway Diverge from Campbell and Stroud. It was a really, really interesting day out. Sorry about the shake there. It was a lovely day out. The best station of the day was was Campbell. Campbell was a magnificent station with some magnificent views. Chippenham was good. Chippenham was more interesting. So I think it was Thomas Norton, shout out to you. I think you commented on my Chippenham video, and you were really right, because this is quite a rare thing at Chippenham, but the first 4 clips I got at Chippenham were all different trains. That is really weird at Chippenham, because Chippenham really only sees, typically, now, 3 types of trains, right? But before that, it was usually just 2. HST 153. Okay? We saw HST 153, IET 800, that is, and a Voyager. So, yeah, it was really interesting. Swindon was good. Swindon got off to a bit of a rocky start, but it ended really well. And seeing the cross-country diverts there were nice. I enjoyed it. I reclaimed 221134 as my stalker in that video as well, after it had a bit of an absence away from being it. But Swindon was a lovely station to film. I really enjoyed it. Campbell, as I said, was a very interesting station. We did witness a bird get hit, unfortunately, and I did say it in my video. That's not the highlight, by the way, I'm just saying that. That Campbell was a lovely station. And Stroud was the first video I actually did in 1080p, and was a lovely station, although we only got 8 minutes worth of footage, because we didn't spend that long there. There was large gaps. So it probably was the least frequent train station we filmed at, but it had some nice views, and it was a very quaint little station. And I would do it again on diverts for a bit longer next time to shoot, and it probably would be during the day next time I do it. So that leaves what the highlight would be. The highlight is going to be at Campbell with a Great Western Railway HST passing. They sounded absolutely magnificent, and this was on a footbridge as well, so that was even better. So here it is. It was brilliant.
Alright, now we've got another divert passing through, and it's sounding beautiful. Looks like it's only just started getting into gear.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, passing through the...
Okay, so we're going to move on to the views and likes on these. Chippenham 969 views and 30 likes. Swindon 1,133 views and 30 likes. Campbell 663 views and 28 likes. Stroud 631 views and 30 likes. Campbell and Stroud I'm not really surprised by. They're not filmed that much, and they're not particularly well known, I suppose, but they are nice stations. I recommend them. On diverts only though. If you're doing a journey vid, certainly, or if you just want to feature the station, definitely get off at Stroud. Stroud's got the more interesting layout. I don't know, Campbell's really nice as well, actually, ignore that. Both of them are just as good. Okay, so, then, the final trip in November was the 26th, and that was my 2,000 subscriber special. West Hampstead Thameslink, Luton Airport Parkway, and Bedford. What a trip this was. It was absolutely brilliant. West Hampstead was brilliant. We had Simply Transport come along and get instantly triggered by 222017, which straight away turned up as soon as he got off his 700. He got in a little bit after we did. It was quite funny. Luton Airport Parkway, lovely station. We saw a brilliant HST pass there. It was really good. And West Hampstead was rendered quite badly actually, because I did it via Movie Maker, because I didn't have an app on my phone, which I'm using now, Power Director. I have it now. Well, I stopped using it because I thought I'd try Movie Maker. But that really didn't work out on the first attempt. It worked out on Luton, and it worked out on Bedford, but I wouldn't do it again. I found easier ways now. The best station, well, Bedford was interesting because we had London Midland turn up. At the time they were still London Midland. So we did see a 150 and a 153. It's 150, 105 and 153, 366. And yeah, we saw some great passes, loads of 700s. They got quite boring after a while. 37 minutes worth of footage at Bedford. And they did get quite boring after a while. But the meridians were good, the passing meridians, the stopping meridians, and also the units as well, the sprinters. The highlight was at Luton though. That passing HST was absolutely glorious. I was going to give it to the even more another passing HST at West Hampstead. But I wanted to show you Luton's, because Luton's to me appealed, when watching it back, Luton's impressed me more than what West Hampstead's did. So yeah, here it is anyway, EMT HST, roaring right through Luton Airport Parkway. Enjoy.
And a passing through to the East Midlands train to HST as well. James, we've got HST as well, blimey. Here you go guys, a summary of everything you see at Luton Airport Parkway all in one. It's a summary of everything you see at Luton Airport Parkway. That's 43043 and 048.
Okay, so West Hampstead Thameslink got 800 views and 33 likes. Luton Airport Parkway, 865 views and 37 likes. And Bedford, 1,236 views and 36 likes. A very enjoyable day throughout, and thank you to everyone who did come along. So guys, we are in our final month. This is December of 2017. This is the last month. The first trip was Upway and Brockenhurst. Upway was a very nice station. It's a suburban station in Weymouth. It wasn't the greatest for traction. We only saw 444s, A158 and a 150. It was 202 and 158 766, along with plenty of 444s. I think 012 also showed up, poor Keir, even though he wasn't there. Harriet, 444 Productions was there, though, which was quite good. Perfect place for you, Harry, wasn't it? 444 Productions. And Trainspot East was there too, so it was a lovely day out. And also Trains and Games, it was the first time I met him as well. It was a great, well, I met him at Upway, and then it was just 444 Productions and Trainspot East at Brockenhurst, which is the second station. At Brockenhurst saw a bit more. We saw cross-country voyages, we saw 444-040, we saw 450 go off to Weymouth. We saw the Leamington branch, which was 450s. On a weekday, that's a 158. I'm hoping to get down there on a weekday to get the 158s instead. We'll see how that goes in the future. And yeah, it was a great day out. The better station was Brockenhurst by a mile. More variety, more frequent trains. It was brilliant. But the highlight for me, I was going to give it to 444040 at Brockenhurst. It was great to see it. And it was great to see it stopping for a change, because the last two times I got it, before this, they passed Mitchell Dever and St Denny's. So yeah, here we go. Brockenhurst. 44040 stopping and, well, not stopping, departing even.
Nice livery actually, in my opinion. I like it.
Okay, so we moved on to the 9th of December. Now this trip was brilliant. Reading West, Reading and Wokingham. It was a lovely day out. It was magnificent. Reading was practically the best session I've ever done there. Well, second best. Morning session was even better than this. But this one had lots in it. Didn't have 159s like the early morning session did. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll start with Reading West. Reading West was, facility-wise, was poor. It was freezing cold, but the view-wise, the signalling, the track, the points are lovely. Seeing it towards Reading is really strange because, think about it, the express services go to the left. This is my left, by the way, not your left. The express services go to the... Hang on a minute. No, this is your left too. Express services go to the left. And the express passing services, that is, it's Bedwin and Paddington. No, not Bedwin, even they turn it to Reading. And the stopping services go to the right. So they both go along different lines to get around to their appropriate platforms. Only the express trains went around. We did see a passing Voyager. Cross Country were on strike on this day as well. Reading... Oh, hang on, actually. I'll get to that in a minute. Reading got 2,812 views and 51 likes, and it was a magnificent station. Reading saw 800s, HSTs, 458s, 450s, 165s, 166s, and Voyages, and a 180. A 180 on a Saturday was pretty rare, and I was glad it was there. 180 106 appeared, and that was my singular clip, if you remember it, departing Oxford. It was great to see it on a Saturday. They don't often come out to play. They didn't often. They're gone now from Great Western Railway, but they didn't often come out to play on the weekends, so it was pretty good. And there was like one diagram for it on a Saturday, so they didn't come out to play very much. They did it more on weekdays. And Wokingham was alright. Wokingham was a bit dull. Wokingham was also the day my other camera started to be a bit faulty, and it has been ever since. But Wokingham was a lovely station. It's not great because it gets a bit boring like after like half an hour of being there. There's just turbos and 450s. I expected a 458 as well to add to it, but that didn't happen. Overall, nice station, but I probably wouldn't do more than an hour there. I'd probably do a couple hours just to get a decent amount of footage. I got 11 minutes. I was happy. It was an okay station. I won't say it's bad because it wasn't. Good facilities though. So just going back to what I was saying, Upway got 976 views and 33 likes. Brockenhurst 1,299 views and 42 likes. Reading West 1,174 views and 44 likes. Reading 2,812 views and 51 likes, and Wokingham 709 views and 24 likes. The 9th of December trip was brilliant, and thank you to the people who did come along. It was great. The next trip was Birmingham New Street on the 15th of December. Now, this trip was brilliant. Birmingham New Street was so good. It was my surprise to you all, and boy oh boy was it worth it. It was a lovely station. The platforms were completely covered in ice, but the station itself was magnificent. I saw so much there, it was incredible. So cross-country HST, Pendolino's, Virgin were on strike on this day. I saw cross-country HST, Pendolino's, no Virgin trains 221s, but just Pendolino's due to the strikes. We saw, what else did we see? West Midlands Railway 323s for the first time in ages, 170s, a 153, and some 350s for London North Western as well. So it was a very interesting service. Now the thing is about the 350s is they're kind of mixed with London North Western and West Midlands Railway since they're also on the Walsall diagrams, so it was kind of weird, but like they are technically, I think, London North Western now because most of them operate on their diagrams. And we saw a Arriva Trains Wales 158 and a Renegade 150 on its own, which was kind of strange because the platform was packed and everyone crammed on it, and it got to the point where the staff just said, just don't get on this one and get on the West Midlands Railway stopping to Shrewsbury, because they were both Shrewsbury bound. So anyway, it was good. The highlight was a 11158 at Birmingham New Street. It was very interesting to see, and quite a rare occurrence. 11158 as well. It was very interesting. So here it is anyway. Enjoy.
Again from the 3158s, this one. The middle is 158825.
Certain trains are already majority
And the rear is 158836. which is quite mental. 3 158s. We've seen a 150, 2 158s, and now 3 158s. God.
Okay, so before anyone riles me, the 9th of December highlight is coming next before I carry on. That highlight was the 180 departing Reading, because that is an interesting appearance on a Saturday. It was really good. So here that is.
Right, departing now is the 1212 Great Western Railway service to London Paddington from Bristol Temple Meads. 800-011. And 800-012 at the rear, it's numerical order.
Right, so we move on to the, I think it's the 23rd of December, yes, Trowbridge, Warminster and Dilton Marsh. Sorry, Trowbridge, Dilton Marsh and Warminster. The best station out of the three was Dilton Marsh because it was beautiful. Not a lot of trains, but fantastic little station, it's very nice. Trowbridge was lovely to film again, and Warminster for the rest of the time, a very quaint little station, and definitely worth filming again. It was lovely. All three were brilliant. We didn't see a great deal of traction variety. At Trowbridge we saw the most. 158s dominated the whole day. We saw a few 150s and a 159 as well, so it was pretty decent. And we saw freight at Warminster as well, which we tricked Cornwall Train Time thinking didn't actually turn up, and he fell for it. It was like, I swear I heard a 66, and I just went, no, someone just played it loud on their phone. Anyway, so it was a lovely station, and all three were lovely. Dilton Marsh was the best station, so because it was the best station, the highlight is a 158 passing it. So here it is.
Right, our first train of the day is going to be 158956, heading to Portsmouth Harbour from Westbury.
Fun fact for you, Dilton Marsh was also the first ever request stop I filmed at, so it was very good. Trowbridge got 1,114 views and 31 likes. Dilton Marsh 1,138 views and 45 likes. And Warminster 1,026 views and 32 likes. All of them were past 1,000, and Dilton Marsh got the most. For being a least used station in Wiltshire as well. It was lovely. It really was. So, the final trip, 28th of December, Peterborough. Now this was a magnificent station to go back to. I hadn't been back there since 2016, so it was so nice to go back there, and so much has changed. 387s were there, there was loads of freight, saw some 365s, some VTEC stock, HSTs, 225 sets, 180s for whole trains in Grand Central, a Grand Central HST as well, an EMT 153s and 158s, and cross country 170s, and a Greater Anglia 170. And a Greater Anglia 156 as well. So there was so much there, and it was so good. And to top that all off, there was too much there to really say. There was so much there that was worth sort of saying it was a highlight. From passing 180s to a Grand Central HST to the passing Highland Chieftain going towards Inverness, going from Inverness was good as well. EMT power cars. Yeah, my cat just walked in, by the way, so expect a banging sound. Oh no, it's okay. But yeah, the highlight for me was the passing Highland Chieftain. It was magnificent, it really was. So here that is, and the final highlight.
Right, passing through Nazareth HST2 Inverness. 43,305 and 43,329. 239 even, sorry.
I thought it was 239. 305 on the front.
I think it was 43,329 at the rear.
Okay, that got 2,084 views and 70 likes. That's a brilliant turnout for being at Bristol. Well done. And well done to that. Well done to that station for being brilliant. That's all it is, really. The station is lovely, and I'm glad most of you think the same. It's brilliant. So, with that being said, I'd like to thank you all for watching Year in Review Part 3 and the final and conclusive part. I really have enjoyed talking about 2017 as a whole. It's been a brilliant year. 2017 was amazing. Obviously, it's over now and we're in 2018, where some trips have already happened. And yeah, it was a glorious year. I enjoyed it. So, goodbye from me. And, come on. Goodbye from Amber. Here she is. You know. Coming in my video again, are you? So, I also did say I had a surprise for you guys at the end. And I do. Amber. Be good. Come on. The surprise isn't Amber, by the way. I didn't ask her to come in because I can't ask a cat to come in. The surprise is an intro. Tomorrow, which is Saturday the 17th of February, I begin Rover, my brand new series. And I'm going to present to you guys now the intro for Rover, which you will see on all Trains Out videos, on all journey videos, and on the station feature videos, and on the interview videos. Obviously I'll be explaining more about that in another video that comes out very soon. But for now, here's the intro. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.